Hi, I'm Dan Whittaker, otherwise known as DFW1500 from Golfworks. Today I'm here to talk to you about the downswing and the impact position and how the two are relative and related to one another. Now, a lot of people think that the golf club should be coming in from an inside arc position here, and the golf club should work out and the right arm extends and the club face closes down. People even still believe that the golf club comes from the inside and the hands cross and the forearms touch one another. It's completely incorrect. But before you can actually understand where the golf club's going to move through impact and how it's actually going to work through that area, we first of all need to understand where the golf club's going to be attacking from. Now, if I just grab this stick right here, I'm just going to place this in the end of the golf club. You'll be able to then see where the plane line is coming into the ball relative to this stick. So we'll just slide this in the end right here. Now, I'm going to play a golf shot towards you guys. Now, if I'm taking the club back to the top of the golf swing here. Now, at the top you can see the golf club slightly laid off, which is what it should be, because we all know that for every degree it's short of parallel, it should be the same amount laid off to the ball to target line. This way, we can see it's slightly laid off here. Now, as I come down, if I don't transition correctly using my lower half, more importantly, my left hand side of my lower half with the right left knee, the club will end up stuck behind me. So this elbow is stuck behind. And we can see here that the butt of the club's moving too far inside out. Now, no matter how much rotation I put in, trying to let the club move around, it's never going to square, and the ball's just going to go straight right over there. Now, what we have to do is we have to, from the top of the backswing here, get the left knee to start down. The left knee will separate away from the right. This will create the transition. I'm now over my left side. Now, you can see my right elbow's on the outer part of my right hip. And my arms are very, very much in front of my body, with the club head attacking from a very deep position. Now, this is the optimum position, because the club, if I move it on a frame, ends up down the target line here. But from this position here, the club would be going through my right forearm, and it means it's bang on plane. The club head is as deep and as shallow as I can get it. So it's as far behind me here for a wedge. Now, from here, you'll see the club tracks down the target line, this stick, sorry, and what I do is my right elbow's on top of my hip. Now, this acts as a fulcrum, meaning that from here, this is the pivot point that will always remain a constant. Now, we can see here, as the left side of my body is roaring open, my left arm is being pulled in tight against my left rib cage. The inner part of my left arm, which I'm just going to label the knobbly bit for today, which is right in here, we press there, we see a little bony area. You would see from this position, I've got some separation here, some gap, which we see at Mr. Hogan's swing, and then what we see is as we turn around, we'll let the butt of the club go round the corner, boom, the face squares up magically. You can see here that as I let the butt go around, the club head swings out, the toe of the club moves down, face squares. I keep on turning, and my right elbow stays on my hip. It's only about here do I get maximum extension from the arms, meaning this is the position in the arc where the arms are extending most. It's none of this that we see from a Vijay Singh, where it's extended here, because this is turning the face down, the right hand then turns over. It's got to be this way. We hold that leverage. Now, a favourite drill of mine, and also of Jeff Jones's, aka Slash Fixer, and to all you guys out there, is the right handle oval. Now, this is a phenomenal drill. This is just probably the best drill to start to learn how to actually hit the golf ball with leverage in the right hand. Now, because at the top of our backswing we've got the levers in our right arm. Now, if I just take a little half backswing to here, as I turn through, if I'm holding my right hand back at the angle of my right wrist, and I turn through. This is how I'd strike a golf ball, in right hand alone. Have a look at it from there. You'd see, look at how quickly the butt of the club disappears around as I'm turning. Boom. The butt works in, the club head moves out, the face squares up magically. Now, I place a golf ball down, got the inner part of my elbow just on the hip there, for a little right arm alone shot. It's a little mini turn back, and then it's a turn through like this. Just then that one a little. So it's simply a turn back, purely pivot driven, and a turn through. Now, my pivot provided all of the power there to my hands. And all my hands did was hold on to the golf club. Now, our job is to try and hold the leverage to the absolute maximum. We don't want to let this leverage go and chase it down. We don't want to turn our knuckles down. We don't want to work the face open. We simply want to get the golf club set, have the arms moving in front on the way down, the club moving as deeply as it can, have our weight over the left side, and then simply be able to turn around and hold it for as long as it can, because we can't stop this baby from squaring up. Okay, we cannot hold it open at speed. It's simply going to get here and work around. This is a released position. You know, people say to me, "Oh, Danny, you know, I'm coming through the golf ball. I can't. How's it ever going to square up?" And I'm saying, "Well, you just watch, guys. It all works around, and it just squares itself up. That's what the butt of the club does. Butt moves in, head moves out. Now, this way around. This is a release. The right arm moves away from the body, full extension. The face is turned away. You know, this is as released as a golf swing can become. Have my arms crossed? No, because the gap's still there in front of my forearms. Look, it's still here. The arms aren't crossing, they're still in front of the body. Yet the face is released. So that's how, in the method of the slice fixer type golf swing, and Jeff will reiterate this, that we don't need to try and turn the hands down to try and create a draw. We don't need to hold it off to hit a fade. You can dial these shots in an address, change the arc of approach, changes the ball flight. Now, what that in essence means is all we're going to be doing is coming through, let it go. That's it fully released into a draw. You know, I'm a bit open, I'm still letting it release, because my arc of approach is a little bit of a fade. Now, a lot of you guys have seen and been on the golf works and seen the 9 to 3 drill. Now, great drill. What we need though is you need to make sure you're practicing against the impact bag. Okay, this is essential for it. Yeah, and a lot of you guys will have seen Michael Martin on the Search for the Golf Instructor, Golf Channel instructor. He was using a hockey stick. Guaranteed to learn that one from Jeff Jones. Now, what we see here is, as I take it back there, the club fully loaded, for the 9 to 3, I've turned back, the arms are in front of my body, the club is set, my right arm's folded, my left arm's rotated a little bit, meaning here's the club face position there, rotate the left arm, right arm fold, set the golf club. So I've set the golf club, kept the arms in front, and now I'm just going to pivot and pop the bag. The idea is that my pivot is driving my arms. Now, the pivot doesn't drive the arms, it becomes an arms golf swing, and then becomes reliant on timing. It becomes reliant on us squaring the club with our hands. All I've got to do from here is simply wind it up, unwind it. My arms are fully synchronised to my body. Now, the right elbow, you will see from here, just forward touch. It's on the outer part of my right hip, arms are in front of my chest. All I would need to do is from that position where I'm fully loaded, is there, turn. My arms are bang in sync with my body, both of the clubs going around, hands are going to be disappearing very quickly left. And so lots of drills like this. So all we're doing is taking it back to a short position and popping it through. Okay. One more real favourite drill of ours has been the club face, what we call the static club face position. We call it the door jam drill. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the back edge of this golf mat right here. I'll probably just use the back edge in a second. And simply I'm going to get the golf club against it and turn, and you will see the pressure applied as the left side of my body now opens up to the target. You can see how the shaft's trying to bend. The elbow's against the right side. The right side's being pulled. The leverage is held to the maximum, and I'm almost snapping the shaft in half. We see it from down the line here. I'm simply pulling it through with the left side. So the left side of the body pulls the right side through. The right side's passive, and it's literally holding and maintaining the angles through the golf ball. It's not trying to throw, it's not trying to turn down, simply turning through, holding the angles. Now, I'll just hit a couple of little 93s here for you guys. You'll see very quickly that all I'm doing is, I'm just going to simply turn it away, keep the club outside the hand, arms in front of the body. I'm going to turn the arms moving in front of the body, right elbow staying on the hip, left side pulling, pulls the left arm into the body, it gets the shaft lean into dress here, and after that the left arm becomes fully extended, and the shaft and the left arm and the shoulder all becoming aligned together. But the release is the butt works around, the left elbow moves into the rib cage tight, the head moves out, the toe moves out, face squares up. Because the master's guy going to always move outwards this way. It can't do anything else, because as I simply hold this here, my fingers, you'll see I'm turning. You know, I make it as open as I can there. Turn, it squares itself up. All I have to do is make sure I'm turning through and maintaining the angles. So I take hold of it, I take it back to all 9 o'clock position, and turn right through. I'm holding the leverage at the end here in the right arm, right wrist. That wasn't a bad strike. Let's try another one. We can see here into the address angles, I'm simply making a pivot back and a pivot through. It's a pivot driven golf swing. So it's pivot, pivot through. Now, I hope this has all been real helpful for you guys, and if you have any questions, please feel free to email me on Dan Whittaker at btconnect.com. I've really enjoyed talking with you guys, and I look forward to speaking with you again